Okay, let's dive into this feeling. I bet you know it. Ever have one of those experiences, maybe a really difficult conversation or, even a fantastic, super busy party, and then the next day you just feel completely wiped. Not just tired, but like
Yeah.
emotionally drained.
Yes, totally. That specific feeling, that depletion after something intense, that's what this material we looked at calls an emotional hangover.
Emotional hangover.
And yeah, it can happen after really positive things too, not just the bad stuff. Anything overwhelming, really.
It's like you're just offline inside, even if
But
you technically slept okay. So what's actually going on there? The sources we read suggest it's like your system gets overloaded,
yeah,
kind of grinning stress mode.
that's pretty much it. Intense emotions, good or bad, can trigger that fight or flight response.
Okay.
And that floods you with cortisol, adrenaline, the usual stress hormones. But the key thing we learned is they don't just vanish when the event's over, they linger.
So your body's still kind of on alert.
Exactly. The all clear signal doesn't quite get through properly.
And it's not just physical, right? The brain's doing something too. The material mentioned a sort of tug of war.
Yeah, precisely. You've got the amygdala, that's your emotional alarm bell still kind of buzzing.
Right.
And then the prefrontal cortex, the rational part, is trying hard to make sense of it all and calm things down. And that whole struggle uses up a ton of energy.
And that makes you feel foggy. Maybe replay things.
Yep, that's the rumination bit. Your brain is trying to file away the intense experience, but it's hard when the alarm system is still blinking.
Makes sense. And what about trying to just ignore the feelings, stuff them down?
Oh, the research is clear on that it's incredibly draining, like physically and mentally exhausting to keep a lid on all that.
Wow. So if this is sounding familiar to you listening, well, you're not alone. This dive also touched on who might feel these hangovers more often.
It seems like people who identify as highly sensitive or maybe empaths. Also, folks prone to anxiety or perfectionism might notice it more. If you're naturally tuned into emotional details, yours or others, even normal stuff can add to that load faster.
It really is like running an emotional marathon.
So, okay, recovery. What did the sources say about bouncing back from this state?
Basically, treat yourself like you did just run a marathon. Rest is number one.
Real rest, right, like canceling things.
Yes, exactly. Permission to just stop. No guilt. Say no.
Okay. And not just lying down, there was something about movement.
Gentle movement, yeah.
Yeah.
Helps process the physical side. A light walk, some stretching, maybe swimming, or some, easy yoga, nothing strenuous.
And hydration, water.
Yep, simple, but apparently helpful. Drinking water can help flush out those lingering stress hormones.
Makes sense. What
Yeah.
about creating a calm space, comforting things?
Absolutely. Soothing inputs for your nervous system, soft music, maybe a comfort TV show, a nice scent, cozy blanket, whatever signals safety and calm to you.
And then reflection, journaling. Yeah, that's key for processing, not dwelling, but actually thinking through what happened, how did I feel, any triggers. It helps that prefrontal cortex make sense of it and tell your system, okay, it's over, we're safe now.
So processing, not suppressing,
Oh.
gently.
Exactly. Kindness is important there.
And what if these hangovers are happening, like, all the time, or feel really intense?
Well, the materials suggest that if it's frequent or overwhelming, it might be a sign you need more support.
Like therapy or coaching.
Right. To maybe dig into patterns, build some stronger coping tools for the long run. The big message, really, from all this research is that you just don't have unlimited emotional capacity. You don't have to be on 247.
And taking that recovery time isn't weakness. It's repair.
It's essential repair. Exactly.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay.
Okay, so let's leave you with this question that came up for us from this dive. Have you ever felt that emotional hangover? And if you have, what helped you get through it and bounce back? Something to think about.